Let's get this show on the road. Whenever YouTube wants to start. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are here for the final round of the 4C Sprint Trophy. 8 rounds. We're at Suzuka here to say our fond farewells to what has been an exhilarating championship. For those of you only just catching us right now, I'll explain what the 4C Sprint Trophy is. The 4C Sprint Trophy, 4CEST, is an 8-week, one-make series using the Group 4 Alfa Romeo 4C as featured in The Car is the Star, and is inspired by both the Porsche Super Cup and the Ferrari Challenge. The championship will consist of 24 races at 8 different circuits. Each round begins with a 10-minute qualifying session before 3 sprint races of over 25 miles. Races will have standing starts with jump starts turned on. Drivers are free to choose their race tyres from the available compounds, hards, mediums and softs. However, all 3 compounds must be used over the 3 races of a round. Pit stops are not allowed during the races, but the tyre wear and fuel rates should enable all drivers to fight for positions when the race enters its final stages. And that's the skinny. So we're dropping 2 rounds, and I think you get 3 round fastest lap, 3 points, club points, yeah. The Halves is in the chat saying hello thingy, and Ensign Big Dan Ewer is also there with a hello there. Why, howdy ho, boys, howdy ho. So that's the rules. Let's have a look at the table. Now, there has been a blip with the table. The table I've been reading you all season long has been ridiculously wrong. Not ridiculously wrong, but there was a mix-up with the fastest laps. That's why I was trying to work out what the fastest laps were, but it means nothing to me. I don't mind. But the table's been wrong. So this is the definitive corrected table after round 7. You lucky ducks that you're going to get it here. So let's see how far Homesick Alien has pushed this one then. So in the top of the table, in first place, Homesick Alien on 253 points. And I believe this might not be drop scores. This might be before the drop scores. So Homesick Alien, 253 points. Then in second place is Shiren on 200 points. Now, next to their names, I don't want to confuse you all, but it does say Homesick Alien is going to drop 83 points, and it says Shiren's going to drop 32 points. So I'm not going to do the math. It's close between Shiren and Homesick, which is really surprising because Shiren's had a good season. He's had 2 wins, but it's not a season that I've said he's missed a round. So yeah, that's why it's so obscure. So it's very close between Homesick Alien and Shiren. I must say, I thought Homesick Alien was galloping away with this on his 4C, but it looks like Shiren has kept him in touch and could be a danger in this last round. Snorlax is third on 197 points, with 67 of those bad boys to drop. Racer Brown is fourth on 192 points with no points to drop. Koikarp is fifth on 187 points. He will be dropping 33 at the end of the season so far. Sixth is Jokus on 172. So I'm not going to do all the math. Sod it. It's too much. But I think it's close. It's pretty close between Koikarp and Jokus still. Ensign Ewart, 7th on 171 points. He's a point behind Jokus at the moment, but he is set to drop 63 points, so that's a hard hit for Big Dan. 8th is Bazza on 170 points. Oh, man, if they weren't dropping points, it's so close between them. 170, 171 and 172, with Koikarp just above them in 187. It's taut. And Baz is only set to drop 31 points as well, so Ensign is going to drop like a stone. 9th is The Pat, and he's on 138 points, only set to drop 22 points. Flashman in 10th, dropping no points, and he's on 132 points. That would propel him ahead of the Patster, so Patster needs to put in a performance for round 8. Then Silverstar in 12th on 114 points, but he is set to drop 0 points also, with Electric in 11th on 107 points, and again he is dropping 0 points. I've got a little treat for you. Betwixt the racers, Sir Skyjacker of Skyjackerness has sent me a table after each round, each race. So we can build that suspense. We can build that suspense. Okay, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with it, shall we? We've still got to do the grid walk, but you know, I'll try and be Swift. Taylor Swift. In first place is Snorlax. In second place is Homesick. No, I'm sorry. I'll give it a bit more than that. Okay. Snorlax on pole then. Unbelievable stuff here coming into the last round. Snorlax smashing it. Homesick Alien second on the grid, but importantly ahead of Shiren, who is in third. Oh, and there's tyres as well. Snorlax is on the racing softs. Homesick starting on the racing mediums. Shiren starting on the racing hards. So they've gone for the whole spectrum. The top three all choosing different tyres. It's going to make it juicy. In fourth place, we have Bazza, and he's starting on a set of soft tyres. Then we have fifth place, Koikarp. Remember, there is a tough battle going down there midfield, and Koikarp is starting on the racing hard tyres. Big Dan follows him up in sixth place, also starting on those hard tyres. Then we have Pat in the Prada Alpha, and he will be starting on the hard tyres. Then next up we have Flashman, also starting on the hard tyres, with Silverstar ninth, starting on the racing soft tyres. One last hurrah for the 4C. It's been glorious. Let's get it on, baby. Quick read. Did I tell you Pat had said hiya? And Ensign, you're also in the chat saying, after my poor performance in quali, I want and pushed my personal trainer in a strop. Yes, that's what I like. That's what I like to hear. Oh, did that happen in quali? I haven't seen qualifying. Oh, has someone lost their cool? I love it when they lose their cool. Anyway, let's get on with the race, shall we? There's Snorlax on pole, and he's on the softs. He's ahead of the Alien on the mediums. Shiren on the hards. Let's get it on. Snorlax off to a great start there. Homesick, matching that start as well. Staying right with him. And Shiren getting the hard tyres working straight away as they hurtle into the first corner. It's Snorlax in the lead on the apex. He's got it in control, ladies and gentlemen. Homesick Alien nibbling at the heels of Snorlax, as Shiren has to defend from the mighty Belgium Bullet as he puts those soft tyres to great use. Shiren wide there nearly, as Bazza nearly saw an opportunity. Was sat on board with the Bazmeister now as he goes for the inside. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it, but he is all over Shiren. The Russian sensation has no answers. He has no grip, and he has no third place anymore. Bye-bye, Shiren, says Bazza, as he comes through like a freight train. Oh, no, there's contact between the two of them, and Bazza's down and into the dust. Oh, he's bunkered it. Well, Shiren bunkered it, really, didn't he? Snorlax is still leading from Homesick Alien. Shiren, is he pulling over to redress? No, he's cracking on. And then, I don't know, it's a steward's thing. I didn't see anything. Koikarp then in for Flashman is right up and into fifth, and so is Silverstar. So Pat having issues. Also, Big Dan and the Baz, we saw his issues with Pat now up and into seventh place, chasing down Silverstar. Silverstar making up a spot there from the grid on his soft tyres, and Flashman on the hards jumping half the grid. Great stuff. Koikarp up and into fourth. He's on the hards as well, chasing down Shiren. We've got a hard race down here with the hard boys, whilst Homesick Alien doing an amazing job keeping up with the Snorlaxation on his racing soft. Snorlax we saw getting a win last time out, and now he's aiming for better. Homesick Alien, though, he's no slouch. He is chasing him down. Shiren then, the leader of the hard boys, as Koikarp chasing him down. Koikarp pushing the 4C right to the very edge of its risk assessment. And Silver Star now is in 5th. Pat slipping down the order. Pat has slipped down the order. Bazza is up and up behind Silver Star. No, Bazza's got the move done. Bazza has got the move done off camera. The cameraman was slow. He's a fool. He should be sacked. And Silver Star then slipping down into 7th. He lost the position to Pat and the Baz. The midfield pack are absolutely having a ding-dong. Oh, and Flashman slipped down as well. Flashman was up there. He must have had a bit of an off because he's a little bit behind the pack. Meanwhile, Snorlax is leading ahead of the Alien. Unbelievable stuff. And talking of the devil, and he shows up, Flashman, in the chat saying, evening all. Hi, Flashman. Great start. Something obviously didn't go quite well. Did you get Shrend? Big Dan then is in 8th place. It's a battle here, Battle Royale, and the rich energy Alpha 4C is taking on the big boys. Lucas Aiden Prada. Bring down the corpse, Big Dan. And there we see Silver Star trying to defend, and Big Dan thought about doing a bit of rallycross. He's gone for the inside there. Now we're going into the hairpin, and Silver Star right on the apex. He is not letting any doors open, but Big Dan fancied the long way round anyway, and Pat under pressure as Big Dan looks for a way past, and Pat is just sat there. And they're going to get a toe at some point. Coming down again, Big Dan on the brakes. Is it enough? He's up the inside of Silver Star. He's over there side by side having a bump. And Big Dan, elbows out, gets his way through and up and into 7th place. Silver Star on the softs. Are they starting to hurt, we asked? They could be. It did look like a grip thing there. And Big Dan on the hard tyres. Or maybe it was a size of the balls thing. We'll never know. Pat then, I don't know. Next time I see Big Dan, I might ask him how big his balls are. Just show me, because they look big on the track. Flashman then saying, hated this round, just not my track. Oh, I love a bit of Suzuki. Biggest Baz is in 5th, Pat's still in 7th. Oh, no, he was already in that. I already got all excited about that. But Silver Star's not letting it go. He wouldn't let it lie. You wouldn't let it lie. So Silver Star still harassing the Dan as Pat tries to get a hasty getaway. Bazza comfortable. He's comfortable. He's catching up with Koi. Koi's all over the back of Shren. There's racing galore here, there, and everywhere. Snorlax's tyres then. Softs. They're not too bad at the moment. They're holding in there. Lap 3 of 7, and Snorlax is chugging. But Homesick Alien is ticking with him. He's not letting him run away. And it's the battle of oh God, it's got so many sponsors on there. I couldn't. Fanatec. The Fanatec Alienware Alpha versus the Patronus Alpha, and it's well, the fight is with Shren in the championship. I didn't count. Snorlax in it. Is he close? We'll see at the end of this race. I've got a table for each race. It's going to be awesome. Shren's pulled away a little bit from Koi Carp there. Koi Carp maybe getting a squirrel on in them hard tyres, still not pliable. And there we go, Baz on the softs. He is catching up with the Koi of Carps. So Baz, they're shifting around. Big Dan and Silver Star again. We're missing racing down the field, but we're waiting for Bazza to make that move, that definitive attack on Koi. But it looks like Koi's got it around here, but into a Spoon. It's a deadly time. You need a lot of grip to carry a lot of speed into the first part. Oh, Shren's lost something out there. He's looking for some small change on the outside of the track, and Koi moves up into a podium position with the Baz back on top. Come on, Baz. He was up there, wasn't he? And then he went down, and now he's up there again. So the Baz on the soft tyres going through the very fast 130R. Can Koi keep the man behind? Belgian Bullet up the inside for the chicane. Plenty of grip on the brakes. And it's the Baz, the Baz, the Baz. They sing it out. The crowd goes wild. And it's a Baz mania here in Suzuki. Or Suzuka. And Koi Carp in 4th with Shren. Oh, poor Shren going wide in that corner, in the outside of Spoon. And that has cost. Pat then, how far behind? A little too far to make an effect, but Big Dan, sly old Big Dan, is moving on up towards the Pat. The Pat feels like he's got to go defensive already. There's got to be 4 car lengths between the two of them. But Pat feels defensive is the way. No, Pat's late braked it. Pat's shot his load all over the first corner. And Big Dan sweeps through and up to 6th. Oh, my word. Pat then into 7th place. Flashman in 8th. And I think that might have been he did go on the inside, did Pat. That was a bit mean about shot his load. But, I mean, you know, he went defensive early, and I think it might have been dirty on the inside there. He probably braked just about the right time, but no grippo on the inside-o. And now Big Dan is through. Go on. Whoa, I love that shot when you see the Ferris wheel. Flashman's upper position. Silverstar having an absolute nightmare. If Flashman's having a bad time, what's Silverstar having? And Snorlax is still leading, but those tyres are creeping towards the bottom there. They're getting redder and redder. And Homesick Alien is smooth, baby. Those medium tyres are right touch around the season. And Bazza's now up into 30s. Did we see it, Koi? I'm not sure. Shuren's still in the fight though. Koi Carp and the Baz. Baz in 3rd. I don't think we saw Baz get the 3rd, so well done. So Baz a lot. Let me have a sip of my energy drink that don't give me any money, so I'm not saying the name. 1 free can, and I could splurge your name all over the place. I could make you. Snorlax is leading this race, but he's on an egg timer, and the sand is running out for Snorlax. Although, yeah, 3 laps to go. He's still got a good bit of grip on those tyres. Oh, he's carrying speed though. Look at it. It's beautiful. I didn't do this car a service in my review, but you know, you'll see. I might go back on it when I try another couple of Group 4s. Car 98, they're chanting in the crowd, and Snorlax is doing the job. He's doing the do like Betty Boo. Ooh, ooh. Homesick Alien, the hunter. Homesick Alien, they may be sprint racers, but to Homesick Alien, he's playing the long game in this race. All he has to do is stay with Snorlax. If he plays the percentages, and we've seen it happen many times, Snorlax, once his tyres start going, he doesn't like to back off. He doesn't like to ease off. He pushes still at the same velocity of when his tyres are fresh, bruv. And we have seen many a time Snorlax lose positions through shoddy tyres, lack of grip, and too much speed. So we're rooting for Snorlax that he could try and lift off that accelerator a bit, but he can't lift off too much because Homesick Alien has done an amazing job with maintaining the pace of those tyres. Movement. Oh my God, Baz, we're going to watch it. I love a barrier inspection, and we're just about to get one coming out the final corner. And oh, it's the tyres, and I think there was a bird flew out of the tree that may have distracted the Baz. Where are you going? Track's the other way, Baz. There you go. There you go. It's like we watched that on CCTV or something. So the Baz has given up 3rd place. Koi Carp back up and into the podium, but he is being pursued by the Russian sensation, and Koi Carp could be under threat right now. We're in lap 5 of 7, and I think the leaders are closer together. We'll have to have a cutback. This looks like something's building though. We'll at least give it to Cassio. Snorlax, oh, and Shuren managing to carry a bit more speed than Koi through 130R, and they're breaking down. Koi's gone defensive to the inside. Let's hope he's got the grip on the inside. He's done a beautiful job defending that. Yeah, all right. What else are we watching? And yes, Koi Carp, amazing defense into Cassio. Sorry, had a moment. And he's going to have to do it again into turn 1. Shuren is on a push around the outside, but he just thinks about it, backs out, and lets Koi go in first, and then he's going to follow him through the S's. Not much you can do in the S's unless the man in front makes a mistake, and Shuren really has found some pace now. His tyres have come to life. And the Russian sensation is chasing a championship. Homesick Alien is in the lead. Homesick Alien's not in the lead. Well, let's see the lead. Oh my God, how long ago did he do it? So Homesick Alien, oh my, what did I just see? So Homesick Alien, where's Snorlax then? Oh, Snorlax, I was watching the wrong person. Here we go. Snorlax then, I'm not going to say it. But Snorlax pushing on some used tyres. The man doesn't know how to ease off, I tell thee. They don't know how to ease off. Homesick Alien then takes over the lead. Great driving from Homesick Alien. Stuck with his man. Snorlax getting going again. And Koikarp still under threat from Shuren. And this one is a slam dunk from the Alien now. All he has to do is bring this one home. It's lap 6 of 7. Finish this lap, do the next lap, take that championship. Shuren's down in 4th place. Oh, he's hit the curb. He's in the kitty litter. The back ends come round, the front ends back. Oh, that's a beautiful little 360 though, wasn't it? And he's facing the right way. Great recovery, could have been worse. And Snorlax then retakes the lead with a nod over to the Alien, saying, I know how that feels, Buff. But I know. And Homesick Alien then, I bet his heart's beating. And Koikarp there still defending against Shuren. Shuren really up the inside now. Oh, it's going to be tight. And Koikarp, tried to close the door. And he's managed to stay in front. But Shuren was right there with his foot in the door. There was no closing that. And Shuren nearly pulling the Jehovah Witness move on Koikarp, but Koikarp managing to get a better drive out of the hairpin. Oh, he's got a slide on. Shuren's there. It's tight. And this is crazy racing here for the final podium position between Koikarp and Shuren. It's hard to pull away. Snorlax is leading, but his tyres are desperately clinging on to what little life they've got. And now Shuren trying to go up the inside in 130R, and I think Koikarp felt better of that rather than have an accident. But Koikarp coming back in Casio, but Shuren seems to have this one covered off now, and he is up to 3rd, only 1 place behind his championship foe, who has just crossed the line for the final lap. Can Snorlax creep around the final lap? He's got a good bit of space before the Alien catches him, and his tyres are just about there. This is the final lap. This is where it all counts. Shuren's still being attacked by Koi after his move. And Shuren not getting on the second part of the first corner. Well, second corner, I guess. Koikarp coming back at Shuren as they go up towards the S's. And Shuren and Koikarp stuck in a bit of battle. Bazza with a little bit of space. He's doing fine in 5th. Big Dan and coming through, past Pat in 7th, Flashman in 8th, and Silverstar in 9th. These guys have been a little spaced out there. Not spaced out like you, man, but spaced out as in not close together. And Snorlax then is bringing this one home. He's got to get through the hairpin with no tyres whatsoever. Can he do it? Of course he can. And Homesick Alien is creeping closer though. I think Snorlax is taking it easier. On the final lap, he's bringing it home. And Homesick Alien crawling towards him. Shuren still under threat. Oh, Koikarp really playing danger zone with his brakes, wiggling around all over the place as he tries to slow down the 4C. And he can't do too much because Bazza isn't that far behind. And Big Dan is closing in on the Baz. But the Baz, look at him. He's got no rear tyres, but his front tyres look okay. And Koi again on the move, and Shuren defending on the inside. No spot there for Koi, and Koi now trying to do the switcheroo, come underneath, but he's there. He's got his nose there. It's close. Someone screeched. It's the Baz, and Big Dan's not that far behind. Big Dan picks up a position. Koikarp and Shuren are still side by side. I've got to pause. I need a minute. Jesus, they're just about to cross the line. The leaders are going to cross the line. How can I cut away from this? This is the dilemma. The dilemma I'm in. Right, we always watch the leader cross the line. It's only fair. He's going through Casio. Oh, but I want to know what happens between Koikarp and Shuren. Oh, right. Snorlax then coming around the final corner. He's got no tyres. Homesick Alien very, very close behind. But it's Snorlax that takes the win. Well done. Homesick Alien is second. And who is third? It's Koikap. Koikap is ahead of Shiren. And Koikap is going to take the final podium. Please give me a camera angle. And that is Koikap coming around the final corner to take the podium. Take a boo, my son. Shiren in fourth. Big Dan getting lucky with the Baz having an off in the final lap. And here comes Big Dan. Didn't start all that well, well, sixth. He's made up a position. Grand stuff from the Danster. And Big Bazza, oh my lord, I'm all over the shop, gets himself sixth place with Pat in seventh. Flashman coming home in eighth, and he's already said in the Chadalat that it wasn't his favourite round, and we're only one race in. So, cling on, Flashman. Hang on in there. And Silver Star.
Fantastic battle with Koi and Sean.
It was amazing, wasn't it, Flashman? Fantastic battle with Koi and Shiren, says Flashman. As we see Silver Star bringing it around the hairpin. His soft tyres were probably the best out of everyone. Bringing it on home with Silver Star on the final lap of the first race. Down towards Spoon, third gear. Is he going to knock it down to second for this part? Oh, he's going to go with the lift. Kept it in play. Third gear was okay, wasn't it? Up to fourth. Smash those gears all the way up. It's got 6 gears, this one. I don't think the 6 gears worth it, but you know, it's got 6. And through here, he's knocked it down anything, but he has got no grip on his tyres. Towards Casio, straight onto the brakes. Oh, a little later than I would have liked to have comfortable, but he got it slowed down into second. Over the curbs. Beautiful, beautiful smooth driving here from Silver Star as he comes towards the line. He sees the checkered flag. And we will pause it there. So, Snorlax, another win. Fantastic stuff and drama with him throwing it off, and Homesick Alien throwing it off a few corners afterwards. Snorlax obviously should be playing the lottery this weekend after that. Then Homesick Alien bringing it home in second, but more importantly 2 places ahead of Shiren, which is really his title contender. And Koikap, that tough battle for Koikap. What a great race. What a great race for Koikap there. Getting a podium and managing to splurge a bit of champers around. Shiren in 4th place. And a hard-fought battle it was as well for Shiren. He must have absolutely loved that. Big Dan started off with a bit of a rough race, but he got to do probably the most overtaking. He got past a few cars and got himself up and into 5th place. Good points for Big Dan with that little battle with the Baz. And Jokers and Koi scoring good, though. Bazza was holding that 5th place for a good long while. And the tyres just let him down there. And lost out to Big Dan. With Pat coming home in 7th spot, doing his fastest lap on his final lap. And Flashman in 8th. Not enjoying himself. And Silver Star just about to cross the line for 9th. And he says, oh, Silver Star saying, this track hates me, I swear. So yeah, you have a lot of mixed feelings out there for good old Sazuka. So shall I read the table now? Because I don't want to load up the other replay and then sit there with a paused screen. I'd rather just look at the winner of this race. So after race 1, and I think these have the drop scores in place. No, they might not. I don't understand what's going on in the world, okay? So after that, Homesick Alien's on 268 points, set to drop 83 points. Snorlax has moved up into second now with 215 points, set to drop 67 points. Third for Shiren with 213 points, but he's only dropping 32 points. Koikap in 4th with 201 points, but he's set to drop 33 points. Fifth place for Racer Brown on 192 points, so he should move back ahead of Shiren and Koikarp and possibly Snorlax when the drop scores come in. Sixth place for Ensign Newitt on 183 points, set to drop 63 points. Bazza is on 181 points in seventh, dropping 31 points. Jokers is eighth with 172 points, dropping 29 points. Pat ninth on 148, set to drop 22 points. Flashman is in 10th. He's not dropping any, and he's on 141 points. He's looking like he's going to move on up. And Silverstar, Silverstar in 12th on 122 points. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. 11th, Electric on 107 points. I'm really rubbish with the drop score thing. I've never been all that good with it, so just bear with me. I know it just sounds like I'm reading numbers out. But to those that know, will know, and I'm sure they will appreciate it. So that was a race 1, my friends. Let's get ourselves all lathered up for race 2, shall we? Get ourselves in the mood. Let's put some Barry White on. Barry White, saved your life. Got you back with your ex-wife, said Barry White. Barry White, said Barry White, saved your life. Got you back with your ex-wife, sing Barry White. Ooh, Barry White. Here we go then. Hang on. No, what did I do that for? That was not even meant to happen. I pressed circle by accident and then pressed X. Oh, what a fool. Right, yeah, I can't. My brain can't move that fast, guys. We've got to pause it. Ay, ay, ay. It's been a tough week, okay? It's been like college visits every night. So me and the wife, the lovely wife, has been sharing duties, and it's taken it out of both of us. So reverse grid, Silverstar is on the pole position, and he is on the hard tyres. Flashman starting second. He's starting on the mediums. Pat is starting on the softs. That's not bad, is it? Third place. He should propel himself ahead of the two ahead of him. Could be leading this race by the second corner. Bazza is in fourth. He's starting on the hard tyres, with Big Dan starting on the mediums in fifth. Shiren starting on the softs in sixth. He should be getting some moving and shaking going on. Koikarp going for medium tyres. Excuse me, in seventh. Eighth place for Homesick Alien, starting on the racing hards, and Snorlax also opting for the racing hard tyre. No need to delay. Let's get this race underway. Silverstar on pole, and the lights are off, and it's go. And what a great start for Flashman. Flashman started moving instantly, and he's going to get the inside of Silverstar. Silverstar on the hards as well, so the medium tyre is going to help Flashman, and it's the Baz on hard tyres that has an amazing start. Where is Pat? Pat's stuck in behind Shiren and Silverstar. So, oh no, that wasn't what Pat needed. He needed a nice clean run all the way up to the front. Flashman leads on the mediums, but Bazza on those hards absolutely leapt to it. Shiren's on the softs as well. He's looking. He's going to get past the Baz. Nearly, not quite. In the S's, it's a difficult move. You don't want to place yourself outside there. And Homesick Alien also rising to the top. Snorlax as well. Wow, it's all changed around down here. Big Dan in sixth. Koikarp in seventh. Then we got Silverstar in eighth. Pat in ninth. Oh, there must have been an issue gone on there. Meanwhile, Flashman is leading as Shiren gets past the Baz. I'm missing all the action, aren't I? And Bazza on those hard tyres. What an amazing start from the Belgium. Homesick Alien on the hards as well as the Baz. The hards are working good in this middle race, isn't it? They didn't seem to have anything in them. But in the middle race, I don't know if the track's a bit warmer. Shiren on them softs. He needs to get short work of Flashman. He doesn't want to get stuck up behind him. Pat saying, I've been having a lot of bad starts off the line recently. Yeah, well, I saw you in reverse the other day, my friend. That doesn't help. Flashman then Shiren closing in. Oh, Bazza looked like he had an issue coming out of Spoon, but he still held position with Homesick as Shiren tucks up behind Flashman. He's going for the outside of 130R. This is ridiculous, and poor old Flashman wants to get over there. He says, I need to be over there, and this is a move from Shiren. Unbelievable. Held Flashman over to the wrong side of the road. Flashman desperate to get over, and he's lost a chunk of positions. And Shiren masterfully takes the lead as Homesick up to second. He gets past Baz as well. And Flashman down into fourth place. Koikap in fifth, and he is hunting the Flashman as Big Dan on those mediums as well is in the pack. Pat Snorlax has had an issue. Oh my word, Snorlax behind Pat with Silver Star dragging his heels, but he doesn't like Suzuka, or Suzuka doesn't like him, one or t'other. Only done that once, that was enough. Shiren then leading well. No, Homesick doing his usual, but where is the threat for Homesick? This championship is a roller coaster. I mean, at the beginning, Shiren was the threat. Now Snorlax is the threat. Now is Shiren the threat? Oh, Homesick Dalian! This is unrepresentative of what we are used to from Homesick Alien. And featuring that car on... the car is the star, has gone to his head and it's turned into a prima donna. My word. And Snorlax sees his championship contender not too far ahead. Interesting stuff. Shiren then leading by a mile. Bazza back into second. Flashman up and into third. Koikap fourth. And Big Dan right in the hunt with Homesick Alien getting back up to speed with Pat in seventh place. Snorlax in eighth, and he is chasing down the Pat with Silver Star living a nightmare. So Shiren through Spoon, and he is in a race of his own, but he's on the softs, remember, so they will disappear. And Bazza is in the pressure cooker, isn't he? Really is in the pressure cooker. Flashman as well, with Koi right in the thick of the action, sat alongside Koikap as he hunts himself down a Flashman. And just behind us we've got Big Dan, so no mistakes can be made. Good drive out there. Bazza losing the track. He's up the inside of Flashman. We're going to have a 3-car tussle in Casio, and Flashman stands fast. Come on, cameraman. Yeah, lovely. You're lucky there was a couple of cars there. Flashman stands fast and keeps position, but Koikap, carrying more speed down the straight, is just going to sweep past the Flash of Man. And Flashman on the medium tyres, though, should have. Oh no, they're both on the mediums. Equal grip. And Flashman holding the inside. His 2 cars all the way through turn 1, through nearly turn 2. And Koikap running out of grip on the outside. And Big Dan testing out the grip on the grass. And Big Dan, is he ahead of Homesick? He wasn't, was he? So has Homesick dropped even more positions? And Big Dan then in 5th, chasing down Koi, who is all over Flashman like a rash, an itchy one. And Bazza, happy for them to do their racing, let him get himself some space as he hunts himself Shiren down, who's Shiren on those soft tyres. He's going to have to look after him. Bazza, then Flashman under pressure from Koikar. Big Dan in the mix as well, and Homesick Alien are chasing them down, a little bit of a gap. Then we got Pat all on his own. Snorlax though is trying as he might to catch him up, but Pat on those soft tyres pushing on. Snorlax on the hards, hoping the soft tyre guys and the mediums start falling off the track. Oh, and Silver Star where has he gone? Oh, he's angry, isn't he? Is it that wheel again? Flashman. Oh no, Silverstar saying, yeah, that hurt. And Flashman saying, some pizza got delivered late that night, man. Yeah, thanks. Shiren. Oh, has he gone? Where is he? Oh no, did I just miss something, Flashman? I'm sorry, man. Flashman slipping down into 7th. Snorlax right there. And Pat up into 6th now. This is going well for Pat. More yellow flags. From whom? Oh, it's the leader. The leader has built himself a lovely gap, and Bazza takes the lead. On the hard tyres, Leopard are dancing in the pit lane. I can see them where I'm sat. They are doing the boogie loo, and one of them is even doing that weird thing with their arms. The swipe? I don't know. TikTok craze, when TikTok first started. Kid with a backpack invented it. I can't remember, but there's one of them doing that weird dance. Koikart then up into second, Shiren slipping down into third, and guess who? It's Homesick Alien, your favourite friendly championship rival, right up your jacksie. On board with the Alien. This car should be familiar to you. I'm not going to keep doing subtle advertising. I apologise. So, Homesick Alien then, he can see them all. He can see it all in front of him, unfolding. The Baz, the Koi, and Shiren lined up like dominoes. And Homesick Alien has a plan to overtake all three to get the win. All of them breaking into the hairpin, and it's like Blackpool Illumination, seeing all the 4Cs break up, and Shiren up and they're ahead of Koi. Koi still keeping his nose in the action though. Don't count out Koi. He's there on the inside, and Koi, but then now it's going to switch around to Shiren being on the inside. Koi wants to get on that apex, but Shiren is there. Koi's having to go right around on the curb. Shiren gets the position. Homesick Alien, this is the problem with Koi. He can't attack too much, because he might put himself on the back foot. It looks like it's happened. Homesick getting a great drive out of Spoon, and a great drive down the straight towards 130 out. And now Homesick Alien's got the preferred line, and Koi is just gonna have to either go very, very... Wow, he lasted around the outside somehow, some way, but Homesick Alien gets his nose into Casio, and it's Homesick Alien up in third, Koikart down and into fourth, and Big Dan still the big danger, and Koikart looks like he's falling back to Big Dan. Big Dan might get a run on him down this straight. Oh, it's getting worse and worse for Koikart as Big Dan now gets a lovely toe. Is he going to try and sling it up the inside? No, he's holding it fast, and he's on the brakes, giving Koi, just wants to add that pressure and maybe hope to push Koikart into a mistake. Homesick Alien now chasing down Shiren, who is all over the back of the Baz. We're on lap 5 of 7 already, and Shiren then is nearly touching bumpers with the Baz, and the Baz defending like a lion, but he's gone a little deep there, but he's still ahead, and Shiren giving it his all, and oh my word, did we see contact between these earlier in the race? He's backing off, but the Baz is off. Shiren's backing off. Oh my word, it's all gone a Pete Tong. Shiren trying to wait for the Baz. The Baz is in the kitty litter. Homesick Alien's leading the race. Koikart up in second. Big Dan is on the podium. Shiren is still waiting. Baz is coming now, but oh my word, he's got Pat right there as well, but Pat's tyres are virtually dead, and there we go, and it's Shiren redressing with the Baz and losing a position to Pat as well. Poor Shiren, poor Baz. Looked like it was just a bit of racing, but the correct thing is to do is to redress, even though it's bullets you race. And Flashman then in 7th. He might get involved in some of this action ahead. Snorlax in 8th. It's been a dull race for the Snorlax. He's had a rough lap again, so not enjoying the hard tyres as much as some of the other guys. Silverstar also not enjoying the hard tyres whatsoever, and it's Homesick Alien leading this race ahead of Koikart with Big Dan. What a podium. Nothing like what we started with. Unbelievable races. These 4C sprint races are kicking up. The format is sound. It worked with the Ferraris, it worked with the Porsches, and it works with the Alphas. What is next, I hear you ask? Mustangs, surely. The Baz in 4th with Shiren, and Pat is cracking racing here in the chat. Silverstar saying was busy mowing the grass and inspecting barriers all night. Yeah, it does. Whoa! Oh, Corona. So, Shiren deep on those brakes, leaning on those soft tyres, and he's putting himself at risk though. Still got a lap and well, 2 laps virtually to do on him, and he's got past the Baz. But there you go, this is what we're saying, the tyres are nearly dead, and the Baz, his hard tyres are in there. He's still solid after all this time. Pat's right in the action, but his soft tyres are also in a bad way, baby. Flashman then, he's still in the action, mediums, and they're still good. So there could be still some action to come for the Flashman. Snorlax has been stuck in 8th most of the evening. He must be frustrated. And Silverstar, like he said, is just truly living, he's not having a fond memory of the 4 Cs. Homesick Alien leads this race, but he's not the fastest man. Fastest man's behind it. No, fastest man's in 4th. But that was a while ago now. His tyres are not. But he's got past the Baz. Yeah, we saw that, I think. But and we said his tyres are going to go. And the Baz on hard tyres, staying with him. Still could be a tale to tell here. How's Big Dan? Big Dan looks like to be closing up on Koikarp. Koikarp doing no, 212.4 last time around. Koikarp looking like he wants to make an attack on the Alien, but the Alien pulling a 212.2. The last time around, Koikarp a 212.4. He is on the faster tyre. It is possible Koikarp could take the win away from Homesick Alien here. Homesick Alien's tyres barely touched, and Koikarp's lovely embedded in. Let's see what these lap times hold. A 2:11.8 for Homesick, and a 2:12.2 for Koikarp. He's got to find a bit more pace. And a 2:12.6 for Dan. He's still not sure up at the top 3. Shiren flying onto his final lap, still ahead of the Baz, but those tyres are slipping away. And the Baz in 5th, keeping a close eye on the Russian sensation. Then we have Pat. His tyres are nearly gone as well, and Snorlax is closing in now. Pat is in the danger zone. He's got to be careful. Flashman in 8th place. I think he's been overtaken by... Oh, it's not the time to go and see Flashman. He was having a mini drama. And Silverstar, he's on the track. One of the many times we've come to you, Snorlax, saying you're not on the grass. So, Snorlax, sorry, Silverstar. He looks good. Homesick Alien then. He's just bringing this one home, baby. Shiren down in 4th. He is caning, and Snorlax way down the order. He is slam dunking this into another realm. And Koikarp on the faster tyre, but just not able to close in on the Alien to pressurize him on this final lap. And Big Dan dropping away now. He's dropped away from the battle at the top, and he's settling for that podium position. Shiren trying to push on, but the tyres are gone. They have finished. R.I.P. The Halves saying, great racing, guys. Halves. He was right here at the beginning, eh? Let it be a lesson to the rest of you how Halves is stuck in there. So let's go back, because Homesick Alien now is getting Casio, and he's gonna slam dunk the win, and that is another win for the Alien. Koikarp very close second, and Big Dan, take a boo, you son of a gun, comes home in 3rd place. Shiren lets the Baz through. Oh, he must have been feeling bad. So the Baz goes 4th with Shiren in 5th. Snorlax comes home in 6th place with Pat in 7th. Tyres totally gone, but done a great job there in the Prada Alpha. And Flashman brings her on home 8th. Well, I think it was 7th then for Pat. I don't know what numbers I'm saying. I'm pretty tired. And Flashman bringing it home for 8th spot. And Silverstar, he's got some way to go. Let's open up this table and start seeing if we can make head nor tail of it. Let's get my glasses on. So, after the second race, I'm not going to keep saying the drop scores. Homesick Alien is in first on 284 points. Snorlax in second on 226 points. Shiren is third on 226 points, with Koikart fourth on 216 points. Ensinuit is fifth on 197 points. Bazza is sixth on 194 points. Racer Brown is seventh on 192 points, with Joker's 8th on 172 points. Pat is 9th on 158 points. Flashman is 10th on 150 points. Silverstar is 12th on 130 points. Electric is 11th on 107 points. The last one's got the drop scores in, so I don't have to work them out. What a cracking race had by all, as Silverstar enters Casio for near the end. Oh dear. Well, why not? Why not sling it off on the final corner if you're having that kind of race? And he gets his alpha going again. Boom. So Homesick Alien does it again. Yeah, the half saying learning lessons here from the pros. Half saying, did you stop for a McDonald's, Silverstar? Oh, kick a man while he's down. Right then. Homesick Alien. Another cracking win. Koi Cup in second place, with Big Dan rounding out your podium. Bazza gets fourth. Shiren pulling over and letting the Baz through after their earlier coming together in the race. So fourth place, good for the Baz. Shiren in fifth. It's running an edge on this championship, isn't it? It's very close. Snorlax in sixth, getting ahead of Pat as well as Flashman. So Snorlax in the end gaining a couple of positions, with Pat in seventh, Flashman coming home in eighth, and Silverstar, as Harv says, stopping off for a sushi, it be, I think, rather than a Mickey D's. And Silverstar saying, more like some dodgy sushi. This is Japan. Hey, Silverstar. Great minds, eh, man? Ooh. Right, I've got to take my jumper off, so just give me... Oh, well, I can close this down and load up the other game and then take my jumper off. But we're going to go into radio silence. Oh, yeah. I'm sure Silverstar don't care, but I'll let him cross the line. Ooh, there you go. Finish the race. Right, let's get this other race, the final. It's the final race of round 8 and of the series. Cracking stuff. I cannot wait to see it come back around. We do have things in the pipeline coming up pretty soon. Right, radio silence. Oh, and it's not going to give me time. I'll get to the beginning of the grid. I'm going to have to pause it and take my jumper off. I am roasting here. I do apologise. It's very unprofessional. Probably should have done it before starting the stream. We want to look at the tyres and stuff anyway. But for now, look at that pretty old grid. Give me 2 secs. Oh. God, I didn't even realise how hot I was, actually, guys and gals. Right then, let's have a look at what we got for this. Oh, it's sad. It's always sad when it's the very last race. So what is it? Oh, it's going to be a Group 3 championship coming soon.
Not a bad thing, in my opinion. The car didn't agree with me.
Pat saying, last race of the season in the Alpha, not a bad thing in my opinion. The car didn't agree with me. Fair enough. Yeah, do you know, I took it around Nürburgring. I thought it was nice enough to handle in. It didn't inspire me. That wasn't an advert. That was just my opinion. So, Silverstar is starting on the medium tyres. Flashman is starting on the softs. Then we have Pat on the mediums. Snorlax starting on the mediums. Shiren is on the mediums. Bazza's on the mediums. Big Dan's on the softs. Koi Carp on the softs. Homesick Alien on the softs. It's interesting, isn't it? Let's get this thing underway. Goodbye, Alpha. Bye-bye, Alpha. Let's go. And it's another great start from Flashman. Unbelievable lightning reactions. Like a cat. And Silverstar slipping back behind the Flashman. He's on the soft tyres. He's got the best start he could possibly get. And Snorlax coming through as well on those medium tyres, following Flashman through. Silverstar also on the mediums. He's got Sharen knocking on the door. Sharen has nearly dropped it. And he kept it off the kitty litter, but he lost a lot of positions from that. Flashman up, and then Snorlax now. He's on a push. He wants to go out on a bang. Everyone wants to win the final race. As Bazza's in third place, but he's being chased by Silverstar. And then Koikarp in fifth, Pat in sixth, but Pat's got the alien right on the inside. Oh, Pat wants to come over and take the racing line, but he cannot. And Homesick Alien, what a move, what an absolute cracker-lacquer of a move. I know he's on the soft tyres. Can we go back and watch that from the outside? He just cut across, didn't he? He was there, he was there, he was there, he was there, he was there. And then he was there. Bang. He might have cut the corner a little, I'm not sure looking at that. But so what? It was a great move. Flashman leads, but Snorlax is up alongside him, but he's going to be on the outside for the hairpin, but Snorlax gets his nose ahead, and he's through and up and into the lead. Flashman down into second, and the Baz is still in third. Koikarp in the action today, isn't he? He has been there or thereabouts, and he's in fourth place, with Silverstar in fifth, Homesick Alien moving up the order in sixth. Oh, and I think Silverstar trying to turn on the alien has put himself into a tricky position, and Sharen says, oh yeah, still people to overtake, and he finds Silverstar as Pat plays there with the edge of the track, and they all change position. They all roll over. And Pat fell out. Snorlax then leads this race with Flashman. Baz has gone wide. Baz has gone wide. Newsflash. He's back on. Everything's good. Koikarp, though, he's going to have some dirty tyres surely going out there. It's going to have to creep through a Casio with Koikarp on the hunt. Silverstar saying, traction said, not for you, Silver. So Baz in third, but Koikarp is right there. And Homesick Alien as well. How daunting. Big Dan and all. Fantastic racing going on here. Sharen slowly trying to make his way through the order, and Silverstar losing his brake, and Pat following him out of sympathy. And Snorlax then pulling out a lead. He's on the medium tyres. Who can touch him? Who's got a chance? And the Baz has got him queuing up behind him. Homesick Alien and Koikarp side by side as they go through the S's, but Koikarp ahead, and he is having a nibble at the back of the Baz. Koi on those soft tyres, they'll be getting nicely warmed up now, and they all come over the hill, and a great look at the Ferris wheel, and it's the Baz who is having an absolute stress at the moment, and now he's come across Flashman, and it's all congealed up and in under the bridge after the Degners, I'm going to guess. I can't remember the corners. And Koikarp then getting the move on Flashman. Big Baz is up into second. Koikarp now into third, but Homesick Alien's in the mix as well. Can we have a closer shot? Can we have a closer shot? Oh! And Homesick then up and into fourth. He's got past Flashman as well. And Big Dan ready to execute a move. He's got the soft tyres on. Flashman's just got to... Oh no, he's on the softs as well. He's gone out wide in 130. And Big Dan easily through, but Snorlax still leads this race, and he has an impressive lead on Bazza. Bazza in second with Koikarp in third, and Homesick Alien under pressure from Big Dan now. Big Dan has woke up. He's taken 8 rounds. No, he's had a couple of good races this season, but not... Yeah. So Big Dan there, giving it all his all behind the alien. I know what's wrong with Big Dan. You can't drift these cars that easily. They're not rear-wheel drive. I reckon he likes the rear-wheel drive bad boys. Big Dan then tracking down the Alien as Homesick, chasing down Koi, chasing down the Baz. And somewhere all the way out there is Snorlax. Right then, Silverstar, his nightmare continues as Pat has damage, but he's some way ahead of Silverstar. Shiren mowing the lawn, and he has a gap to Flashman. Flashman chasing down Big Dan. I heard some screeching, but everything seems okay. Big Dan back on the edge with the Alien, and one wonders if Homesick Alien is just trying to drive a little steadier to look after his tyres. And Koikart hunting, chasing Bazza as Snorlax stretches his legs. Silverstar saying they are rear-wheel drive. Oh yeah, they are. They are, you're right. I was thinking four-wheel drive, but that wasn't the car that I was thinking of. But yeah, they're mid-engine rear-wheel drive, I think. I don't know. Oh, they kill you and they kick out. There you go. So Snorlax leads with the Baz. Still in second. Koikarp in third. Homesick Alien in fourth. With Big Dan right there in fifth. Oh my lord. Homesick Alien. He's on the soft tyre. Oh, Baz has lost a position to Koi. We missed that. God, I'm tired, dudes. I'm so sorry. Clinging on in this final race. I'm just here in spirit. So, Homesick Alien then. Oh, gets on the curb. Takes the safest route possible. Rather than be on the curb, go the other side. Or you unsteady the car and you could spin out. So if you find yourself drifting a little bit wide in 130R and you're on the curb, sometimes it's best just jump over that curb as quick as possible just to stay on flat ground. So Homesick getting a lovely tow from the Baz, trying to decide which side he's going to overtake him. He's gone for the inside late on the brakes. The Baz is still there though. Homesick Alien still on the inside. The Baz challenging as hard as he can. And Homesick Alien nearly getting the move, but the Baz still there. No, it's Homesick Aliens now. And the Alien, just off camera shot, got through. And the Baz in fourth with Big Dan in fifth. On board, and Baz is back through again as we cut to Big Dan's on-board camera. We saw Bazza getting back past the Alien. Meanwhile, Snorlax still a mile ahead with Koi in second. Baz, Homesick Alien and Big Dan fighting it out for the rest of the podium positions. Flashman in sixth place being pursued by Shiren. Where's Baz gone? Oh, Baz. Oh, Baz. Oh, Baz. Now I've got to watch it. So Bazza being pushed along by the Alien. Looks okay, doesn't it? Looks okay. Just went a little wide and the car decided on a different story there. What a shame for Bazza. He was having a cracking race. Snorlax, meanwhile, he is planting this one and he's not letting it go. He is keeping his fingers tightly on that win. Koikarp chasing him down, but he's on the soft tyre. 2:11.1 versus a 2:11.2. And Snorlax with the medium tyre has got the fastest lap so far. And Koi pushing on with Homesick Alien in third spot. And Big Dan hasn't left his side with those soft tyres all the way. Flashman back up into fifth. Look at Flashman rising. With Shiren now up into sixth, with the Baz dropping down into seventh, Pat in eighth, and Silverstar in ninth place. But it's Snorlax coming around the final corner and starting lap 5. And Koikarp isn't that far behind him, you know. Homesick Alien closing in on Koi. We're starting to get to that point now where the tyres are not as sharp as they were, and it wouldn't hurt the organisers at Suzuka to put some floodlights in, you know. Snorlax leads with Koikarp then in second. Homesick Aliens backed off a little from the Koi Carp, and Big Dan in fourth. His tyres are not as good as the Alien. He's slipping them back. And Flashman looking after his tyres quite nicely, you know. Flashman could clean up. He could get a podium. Big Dan's tyres shoot themselves, and Koi Carp's tyres shoot themselves. Then Flashman is in a perfect spot, and he's looking after his tyres absolutely deliciously. Sharon, always a danger. Always a danger here. In sixth. Bazza in seventh. He was having an absolute glorious race. He was having such a battle with Big Dan and the Alien and Koi Carp at some point. And I don't know. It just looked like he went over the curb just a little too much under the bridge, and the car just pointed towards the barrier and propelled itself. Pat in 8th with Silver Star in 9th. Silver Star still trying to find his way around Suzuka, a track he does not like. Snorlax, he's smashing it. I do think Koi Carp's getting closer. It just feels like he's getting closer. 2:11.7, 2:11.2, nearly half a second. So hold on to your hats, boys and girls. Koi Carp is pushing on towards Snorlax, but Koi Carp's tyres getting very old, and Snorlax starting lap 6, 2 more laps to go, and Snorlax tyres looking very tidy as Koi Carp's are falling away. Homesick Aliens looked after his a little better, and he's just grabbed himself the fastest lap, with Big Dan hunting him down in 4th, but his tyres are looking worse for wear. Flashman could tidy up here with his tyres still looking okay, although the rear left is not okay. Sharon, he's getting closer. He's getting closer. 2:11.3 on those medium tyres. Sharon pushing with all that he has. Bazza in 7th spot with the Pat in 8th. Is there there's quite a gap between the Baz and the Pat, and the Baz is quite off the pack. So Sharon closing in on Flashman. Flashman at 2:12.4 last time around, and Sharon with a 2:11.3, nearly a second faster than Flashman, and that has got to put the fear as Big Dan's tyres start edging their way to the end of their existence. Homesick Alien has closed in because Koi Carp's tyres are near the end, and Snorlax still in view. Snorlax hasn't gone crazy in this race. He's done just enough, and he's got to hope that the Homesick Alien burns his tyres out or gets stuck behind Koi Carp for longer. But it does look like Homesick Alien has decided on the penultimate lap that it is time to start chasing down Snorlax before it's too late. But those tyres are dying quicker and quicker as you go around. Oh no, what have I done? Skyjack says, I've just started watching the start of the stream. Drops are already included. Think the boss and I need to rework the tables. Soz for the confusion. Oh no, it's alright. There wasn't scores missing, that was all. I'm used to like a whole set of scores missing. If the drop scores are included, I've got to apologise. But it's alright, because the final one, they definitely dropped because they're not there on the table. So, Big Dan is 4th. He's chased. Oh, Homesick Aliens got past Koi Carp on the final lap. Shall we go back? We were watching the battle, wasn't it? Oh dear. Here we go. So, whereabouts are we? Going through Spoon. Down the straight, looks like Homesick Alien getting a good drive out of Spoon, getting a toe, not even getting a toe, going for the move before 130R, and it is straightforward. Well, I say it's straightforward, side by side, but no, he gets just ahead of Koi Carp, and Koi Carp probably needing to lift quite a bit. No, just floors it and misses out the track. Big Dan, but yeah, the soft runners, they must be struggling now through 130R, no grip whatsoever. Homesick Alien chasing down Snorlax into the final lap we go. And Snorlax leads from Homesick Alien. Koikarp third. Big Dan in fourth, but Big Dan's tyres have gone. He's dropped off the back of the battle. And it's Homesick versus Snorlax. Snorlax still with half a tyre left. Homesick barely any tyre left. Koikarp very little tyre left. Big Dan also not a lot. And Shiren, the danger on the medium tyres on this final lap. What can he do? And Flashman's tyres are still tidy. He'll be hoping for some spins. Bazza, oh, what a race for Bazza. He'll be gutted. Pat in 8th, Silverstar in 9th. So Snorlax, can he cling on to this win? He's already won one tonight as well, hasn't he? Is Snorlax going to do the impossible and try and steal this championship away from Homesick Alien? Him and Shiren equal points in the last round. Oh my bejeevers, what are we witnessing? Homesick in second. He's got to try and stay on the track. If he does a spin, which I think he's done one in each one. Oh, what a curse to put on someone. You better not spin on this last lap, Homesick. So it's all to play for. Is the championship still alive, I believe? So Snorlax goes through a Spoon. I purposely don't look at the table. I read the table out when the first time I look at the table is when I read it to you guys, because I want that same feeling that you guys get. That it's the first time you're hearing it. So I don't know. I haven't read that third table yet. I don't know who the champion is. Snorlax then comes through the chicane, and this one, it looks like Snorlax is walking away with a double win. I can't even remember who won the second race. Was it Homesick? And well done to Snorlax. Homesick Alien comes home in second, probably seals the deal. And Koikarp another podium. Take a boo, my son. Big Dan has gone through Casio, and Shiren did catch him up, but just needed another lap. And Big Dan gets fourth with Shiren in fifth. Flashman makes his way through the chicane. That camera is bobbins. It really is. You need about 20 cars alongside each other for that camera angle to work. So Flashman comes home in sixth. The Baz. He's had a cracking round, but I don't think he'd be happy with the result of this race particularly. But comes home in sixth. I thought he was in seventh, but no, sixth, sorry. So the Baz brings it home, sixth spot. Great stuff. No, someone's dropped, haven't they? Did Flashman go? No, Flashman's still there. Koikarp. We started this evening with 9, didn't we? Big Dan's still there. Snorlax, Homesick, Koikarp, Big Dan, Flashman, Bazza. I thought we had 9. Silverstar's still here either. Oh, I don't know. Shiren disappeared. Oh, did Shiren disconnected, did he? Where did he finish? Shiren dropped early. So Pat then comes over around the line to get 7th spot. And Pat, you don't have to jump in a 4C for a while. And Silverstar comes up towards Spoon. So the final table, I don't think the stewards has all been sorted out yet, so this isn't the final table, this is just the provisional final table. So yeah, the drop scores are already included, and it ends with Homesick Alien at the top with 300 points. Well done, that man. Take a boo. Second place, Snorlax on 242 points. Shiren finishes in third on 241 points. Koikarp is fourth on 230 points. Ensign Yu fifth on 210 points. Sixth place for Bazza on 204 points. So Ensign got Bazza in the end, wasn't it? And, Joker's in 7th on 201 points. Sorry. Wow, it works just pressing pause instead of bringing up that menu all the time. Do you know what? Oh, things you learn. How long have I been doing this for? It's for bloody ages. I've only just learned just that if I press pause, it pauses it without me having to bring the menu up. Wow. I am blown away. Unbelievable. So, oh God, hang on. Get dizzy with the Wizzy. He's not going to give me a shot. So you look at the back of it. He's the championship. So where was I? Jokus is 7th on 201 points. Racer Brown finished in 8th on 192 points. 9th for Pat on 167 points. Flashman 10th on 161 points. 12th for Silver Star on 138 points. And Electric finishing in 11th on 107 points. Are you sure? Hang on, I'll catch up with the chat. So, Silver Star said Shiren dropped early. Silver Star also says Stewart's report came out this morning, I think. Oh, right, so that could be the final table. And Flashman saying great comms again, Mara. Are you sure, man? Because I felt quite tired. I don't like letting you guys down and doing a subpar job. But, yeah, that was a struggle. Right, I've even done the finishing order. Snorlax takes the win. Homesick Alien gets second, but wins the championship. Koikart comes home in third. Big Dan grabs himself a great fourth, with Flashman in fifth. Great finish there for Flashman. Good points. Bazza in sixth with, well, no, it weren't, was it? I suppose because Shrem was in the mix somewhere. I don't know if they'll classify him in. I'm not sure. Does it matter? It's over now and Homesick won. So Pat came home in 7th, Silver Star in 8th. Well done, a Snorlax. That's going to be about as good a shot as you're going to get from anything, because I've got to get you up to date with shenanigans. Right, so coming soon, we have the VGT series is coming back with an electric car, so we'll see how that goes. Then we've got the Super Touring Car Championship using the Group 3 cars. Championship starting soon, so that's on the horizon. And in the distance, we've got a Formula Grand Prix using the old Formula 1 car that's in the game, not the McLaren, but the pretend one. So we've got plenty of action coming up. And also, we've got our running feature, The Car is the Star, just to tide you over between races. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell, please. And be wacky. Right, any more news? There's a website you can visit if you ever fancy it, if you're in the toilet at work. And that is www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. And, who was I? I thought of a good one. Oh no, I was driving home from work and I thought of one in my own head and thought, Paige Turner. I am Paige Turner. I thought that myself. I didn't look that up on the internet. Paige Turner. I was Paige Turner and it's been an absolute pleasure. Ray X next Sunday. What's Ray X? Oh, Rally X. Oh, yeah, sorry. Rally X next. Hey, there's been no negotiations about me doing a Sunday night thing. So, hey, I'm sure we'll check my contract, but I'm sure I opted out on Sunday nights because it's too much all in 1 week. We'll have to see. What else is there? That's it. Paige Turner. I'm really chuffed with that. Oh, well. Turu, peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, if you press pause again, it works. Okay.